How's it going, everyone? Echo here. Today we're going to be doing a little bit different style of video. We're going to be doing a rant on tanking and rivals and my current thoughts about that role. So let me know if you guys like this content or if I should stick to gameplay in the future. Let's get right into it. Let me start this off by saying that none of this is scripted and I'm just talking. So if it's bad or I get repetitive, I apologize, but it's just something I want to talk about. So the main issue with tanking and rivals right now is that a majority of your main actions, like the gameplay loops, are negatively impacting the users. Like, your main gameplay loops are to take damage and bait cooldowns, both of which feel like absolute garbage for the tank player. What happens when you bait a cooldown? You go in, you're about to get an elimination, and they Luna Snowball. What does that feel like for the tank player? It feels like absolute shit. It's like I was about to kill someone and they just ulted. Wicked. In reality, it's good because you're getting a support ult out, but to you, it feels horrible. And then taking damage. A lot of your role in the game is to just stand there and get shot. Again, you generate value, but it feels like absolute garbage. A lot of your gameplay on that role is just AFKing, waiting for your team to get value. The breakpoints that you need to force on a tank are significantly higher than every other role. DPS, you can carry by just being on the map. Punisher is super easy, Hela super easy, Hawkeye super easy, Psylocke easy, etc. You can one-shot people, you can destroy people through sustain. Currently, none of the tanks can kill people through sustain. It doesn't happen. You jump on the backline, they sustain each other, and they can CC you. You go on them, they can CC you, and if they miss the stuns, it doesn't matter. They can ignore you, because they can just heal through your damage. It's functionally useless. The role is not a carry role. DPS and support are 100% carry roles, but tank, you can't carry. You just take damage guy. So I think like one of the main solutions to this is we need a damage or healing reduction passive. When players are in combat, they just shouldn't be getting as much healing. Maybe like a 10-15% debuff. I don't know a good number, but I think that'd be good because it'd change the breakpoints and things would be able to die. Because currently things just infinite sustain. Tank, right now, you're either 0 HP or you're full HP the entire fight. There's no in between. There's no, oh, I made a clutch play here. It's, I stood main and I got shot and did get healed, or I stood main and I got shot and did get healed. That's how the role works right now, and it's just really frustrating to play. Another change that I believe needs to be implemented is there needs to be a across-the-board change to CC in this game. Having CC is good, but currently none of them are skill shots. The Hela stun, Hela, who is a projectile sniper, or hitscan sniper, very fast projectile, that one-shots or two-tabs everyone across the map, has a stun? You can't dive her. You jump her on Hulk, she presses E, and then shoots you in the head 3 times and you're dead. Same with Hawkeye. You dive him and he jumps away and pushes you away. Why do all of the DPS in the game and supports have stuns that are impossible to miss? Hela E, she throws out an orb the size of a meteor. Luna Snow, she throws out a snowball the size of a planet. Mantis, she looks at the ground and just presses shift and everyone around her is asleep. All the CC in the game currently is very, very easy to hit. There's no skill shots with the support or the CC. That's the main issue currently in the game. When you're playing tank, you need to hit all of your cooldowns. When you're like playing Groot, you gotta wall them all perfectly, and half the time they just clip over the wall. You're on Hulk, you need to have perfect cooldown management. Venom, good cooldown management. Same with Meg. Strange is pretty easy. Like, that hero is pretty hard to mess up. But the supports can get away with doing whatever they want because they are unkillable. I've had games where I do 3,000 damage to one support target, and they just ignore me because they're on a backline of Luna Snow Mantis, and they just know they can't die. They know it's impossible for them to die. Unless you have a DPS dive with you, which again, that goes back to my previous point of tank being completely at the mercy of your teammates. If your teammates aren't good, you lose the game. That's just how it is. 100% of the time. You can do is, the role is more like a support role than the actual support role now that I think about it. Because the main part of your duty is to enable the rest of your team to get value by taking space, taking poke, etc. And if your team doesn't get value, you just lose because you can't force anything on that role outside of your ultimates. But when you ultimate, they're just gonna trank. Like, you Greek grab, they're gonna trank. You strange ult, they're gonna trank. You Hulk ult, they're gonna trank every time. And all the tanks are underpowered as well. Half the tanks are just not good heroes. Penny Parker is good if they're playing certain heroes. Captain America is not good at all. Thor is not very good either. Like, a lot of the tank characters just suck as well. Another problem with tank design in this game is there's no, like, variability. Like, the tanks aren't dynamic. They're all designed very, very similarly. Like, there's no Junker Queen, there's no Roadhog. A lot of the tank characters in the game are just go main and take damage and shield guy. Like Strange, what do? You go main, you shield. Magneto, you go main and shield. Hulk, you jump in, take damage, jump out. You can't kill anything. Groot, you shield with your wall. Penny Parker, she's just a troll hero. Like, all the tanks are very one-dimensional. We need a Junker Queen or something more dynamic, something fun. Because currently, a lot of the tank role is just really, really boring for people to play. And really, really hard to win on if you're not an exceptionally good player. Even exceptionally good players are finding it hard to win if they just have bad DPS. Overwatch, not a good example because tank is just broken in that game. But the tanks are giga buffed, so you can at least get value if you're losing. You can win with someone who's 6 and 15. Marvel Rivals, you will never win with someone who is 6 and 15. It will never happen. Every time you get a thrower on your team, you will lose the game unless the enemy team matches with another thrower. And the problem is, your role is completely unimpactful. If you're not playing DPS or support, it doesn't matter. You can swap to those roles from tank, but now that they're on 2 tanks, you're on 1 tank, you're going to lose because you need a tank to enable the DPS. It's a cycle, right? Like, the tanks need to enable the DPS to get value, and the supports need to enable the tanks to get value, but the tanks can't do anything without the other roles. The DPS could make it work without good tanks, the supports could make it work without everything because they can just heal them. But the tanks are fully reliant on their supports to heal them, and their DPS to take value of the space they create. At the end of the day, main changes I'd like to see is a nerf to sustain. Nerf to sustain. That's the #1 thing, dude. We need a sustain nerf. If it's a passive that reduces healing in combat, that'll work. You don't even need to change the character's numbers. Very simple. Supports die now. DPS die now. There's breakpoints that the tanks can force. On top of that, we need more dynamic tank hero design. Right now, a lot of the tanks are just go in and take damage guy, or go in and shield guy, or go in and force CD guy, and then wait for your team to follow up. That is just extremely boring for the tank player. You're not rewarded by going in and getting stunned or getting shot. It's extremely boring to play. Why would anyone willingly play tank when you can go DPS and get unlimited elims, have fun, get a dopamine rush, or play support and feel like you're holding the team together? Or you can just play tank and stand there and be at the mercy of your teammates. Anyways, that's what I got for today. Let me know if you like this type of content, because I got plenty of stuff I'd love to talk about this game, because I absolutely love Marvel Rivals. But there are some fundamental flaws with the gameplay loop that need to be fixed, or people are going to stop playing the game. It is completely unacceptable when one of your roles in the game is unplayable. Even for people that are good at the role, nobody enjoys playing it anymore. So, again, I love this game. Don't get it confused, but there are some changes that need to happen, and I just wanted to talk about it. So let me know if you guys want more content like this in the future. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.